Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam. According to our scriptures, everything is divinity. Nothing is outside divinity. Within that divinity, by nature, just like the sun by nature gives heat and light, that is its nature. If you take away heat and light, sun will not be sun. If you take away the liquidity and taste aspect of the water, then water is not water. So, what is that which is that one, which is one without a second, and that is what is that which is taken out of you, then you will not be you. Think. In other words, very simply put, what is that? What is the difference between a dead person and a living person? What is the difference between a dead and a living person? Something is missing in a dead person. Life, spirit, hello. Hi. Life, spirit, consciousness, isn't it? That consciousness, when it is not associated with anything, it is the truth. But by nature, consciousness or the truth, or that we will not call it life now, because life is only when it expresses through body. If there is no body, how can you call it life? Correct? So you can call this place a room space only when there is a room. If there are no walls, you cannot call it room space. Exactly the same way. Understand? This is a glass of water because the water is in the glass, isn't it? But if there is no glass, I cannot call it glass of water. Basic understanding of our scriptures or our life. This is the highest. That there is only one, and the nature of the one is to appear as two. And what is that two? I'm not going to use technical languages. Nature of that one is to continuously express as two. What is that two? Spirit and matter. In religion we call it Ishwar and Prakriti. Okay? So we'll just take it as spirit and matter. So you did not create the matter. Did you create the body? No. Did you create the spirit? Yes. Come here. No? So you did not create the body. You did not create the spirit. Someone created the body. Parents created the body. And the spirit entered. See? So who invited it there? It doesn't need invitation because the spirit is everywhere. Just like sunlight is everywhere. And you can see it here on the edge. The light is illuminating the table, but wherever there is shiny area, you can see the sparks of light, isn't it? Exactly like that. So there is one light, which is lighting the whole thing, and there is one special light at different places where there is shiny area. Similarly, in this body, when we say we are body, are we only this body or there is something else to this body? There is body, there is breath, there is mind, there is intellect. Understand? So, what the bright light that you see here in this edge, the polished area, can you see that bright light or the sparkle of the light on this top? You cannot. Why? Because it's not shiny enough. It is not refined enough. Similarly, that light, that consciousness, that spirit, it cannot be seen on the body. Because body is too rough. It cannot be seen in the breath. It does not. Because of it, the breath is there. Because of it, you can see the breath. But you cannot catch the consciousness in the breath. You cannot catch the consciousness in the mind. You can go outside the window. Then I have to speak even louder. Come forward. Come here. I'm already at my maximum. Move forward. Old carpet is there. I won't eat you up, man. So it cannot reflect in the mind because it is too fickle, too many thoughts coming and going. It can reflect in the intellect. Intellect is refined, intellect is fine. So there it can be caught. And this is how it is happening. If I take this also and I shine it a little bit, it will also start having a sparkle. You see? So this is naturally happening. There is no contribution of you, there is no contribution of anyone else. Body comes, life expresses. For short time, for long time, for little time, that's up to that we will talk about another time. But expression of consciousness, expression of spirit. Are you? You be the important person. So expression of the spirit through the body is called as, what is the first word you use? Life. Okay? Now this is natural. Till here, if we want to use the word, it is God's creation, no problem. But one mistake we make after that. And what is the mistake? That we get identified, the spirit gets identified with this body and says, I am this body. And all drama begins. So the journey of life is about rediscovering that we are the independent, we are the spirit, we are the one without a second. We are all knowledge. We are not. Why is our scriptures say that human birth is the most auspicious one? Why? Because only through human birth you can realize that you are either you can say you can merge into God, or you can say you can realize that you are the pure consciousness or the truth. That is called realization, self-realization. See? Only through human. Gods cannot. Because sun decides, man, I have been too hot for so many eons, now I want to feel cool. Let's moon, you become sun and I'll become the moon. Can it happen? Not possible. Or you know about gods, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, you know. So Mahesh ji says, man, for long time, many cycles of creation, I have been my job description is destroyer. I'm tired of destroying, now I want to create. Can he change the job position with the Brahma ji? They can't. Similarly, all gods, they cannot change their position. They are locked in. Only human can. Because human has a, what is the word? choice. Life, yes, they are also alive, we are also alive, but we have choice. We have choice.
Do we have choice?
For them, for their understanding. Eventually you come to realize you have got no choice. That's why I started. This is all happening. But when we don't accept that it is happening, then we have a choice. So, did you have a choice to come here or not come? Don't answer, you will be in trouble. She's enjoying. So, did I have a choice to come or not come? No, Ajji has commanded, I have to come. And along the way, we picked up Balamam also. See? So, when you wake up, do you have a choice? Yes, we have a choice to remain awake and keep lying in the bed, or jump out of the bed and start your day with something interesting, So, only human being has a choice. But what human being does is, he has used that choice to determine, to conclude that he is this body. And after that, not only I am this body, everyone, this body came from the parents, they are mine. Another child came from the parents, that is mine, brother or sister. Then you get married, nothing happens in marriage, but he is my husband, or she is my wife. Nothing has happened. Putting garland is not marriage. See? And that's why arguments happen, and sacrifice doesn't happen between two. Why? Or misunderstanding happens between children and parents. Why? Because it's tit for tat, friction continues, because I am the body and you are the body, and I am your mother, so I know better than you can know yourself. That is not possible. The child is independent, the child has his own mind. You can influence another person only if you have learned to control your mind. If you have not learned to control your mind, you cannot influence any other person. Will you sit in front of your... Where is your mom here? Huh?
She is in Perth.
Oh, just so? No. Okay. So, will you sit in front of your mom for 1 hour like this and listen to lecture? So how come you are sitting here? How come you sit in a temple for listening to Rudram or something? Or you are coming here, maybe first time you are listening. But what is that? You have made a choice, but at the same time, if anyone whom you knew, because you know their past, you know how they are, and you have you put them in grades in your life, that they are up there in my life, they are up there in my life, they are that low in my life. And according to that, you will give your attention to them, isn't it? But when it comes to saints and sages, in our heart and mind, we have given them the highest position. And when they are there, whether we like it or not, because their mind is under their control, because they are established in the self, we find ourselves pulled, just like a bee is pulled to the flower for nectar. We also get pulled. We also become comfortable. We also become, it's okay. I can handle 1 hour. But in that 1 hour, what happens? Like we had the COVID virus, we spread the divine virus. And that divine virus, once it is planted, I think that's Ajji's intention. We start the divine virus, then you cannot do anything about it. It will take its course. When in this life, next life, that's not our problem. But our intention is to introduce you to yourself in a manner that you don't know or you have forgotten. And that is what the scriptures do to us. You see? So I'm just not using any shlokas or anything. I'm just putting it simply so that you are able to digest it. So we are identified with the body. We are identified with everything that is connected to the body. And as long as we are connected to this body and through it to everything else, and we want satisfaction, we want happiness, we want to be content within, it will never happen. You can collect everything in this creation and say that, oh, now I got everything. But can you say that? You know how far the creation goes. You know how wide the creation goes. You know how deep the creation goes. You don't. Can you collect, my question to you, can you collect the infinite number of finite waves on the ocean? Can you count them? You know they are there. You know there are only finite waves, but you cannot count them and collect them, isn't it? But this is what we are doing. We go out, morning breakfast, afternoon lunch, evening dinner, this movie, that show, that dance, that friend, that restaurant, that people, that social engagement, that party, and that clothes, and it just continuously interaction with the world, so that by seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, tasting, thinking, imagining, I keep collecting data, thinking that this will complete me. But has the food completed? Has it given you the satisfaction? You eat in the morning, by afternoon you are again hungry. I had breakfast in the morning, I am already hungry. I have to finish lecture quickly. Then I finish from here, evening again I will be hungry. So all I am is a food processor. Eat here, evacuate there. So what have I achieved? And same thing is happening with our life. We are continuously collecting information, continuously collecting relationships, getting into relationships, imaginary or outside with people, but nothing is giving us the tranquility, the solace, the peace that we are actually seeking. And that brings a certain emptiness within us. And that emptiness, how do I fill this empty? Vacuum abhors emptiness. So it tries to pull everything. So this emptiness inside is wanting to be filled up. And nothing in this creation can fill it up. That is the sad part. Until people commit suicide because of that, people go into drugs because of that, people drink because of that, people smoke because of that, because what happens? They are able to forget all their relationships which are not working, they are able to forget their emptiness which they are not able to fill, and for some time, by some artificial means, they are able to be in peace. And then it becomes, over a period of time, it becomes an addiction. You understand? This is how addiction comes. We are also addicted. We are also addicted, but to something else. We'll bring you there. But as long as what I have just told you is happening, we will look for some ways outside, but they are never going to complete us. Never going to complete us. How can that which is already complete be completed by something else? Is it possible? You must have heard the mantra Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat. Lecture is not over. You heard that mantra? Purnamada Purnamidam? It means everything is complete. The truth is complete. Whatever comes out of that completeness is complete, and whatever is remaining behind is also complete.
But then, there is a turning point in every life. How does it happen?
We'll come to that later. For some of you, this may be the turning point. If we are open to it. Turning point is every breath. Turning point is with every blink of your eye. Turning point is with every passing moment. Because truth is everywhere, all the time. But are we available? Have we made the choice? Or are we making the choice to be engaged with the world and fill ourselves up with the world by thoughts, memories, objects, possessions? And every time when we are free, oh my, I can't handle the emptiness. Okay, open the album or open the TV and start going. What happened 10 years ago? What happened 15 years ago? What happened 20 years ago when my kids were so small? Imagine me and her. Whom will we see? No memories. Sannyasi, no memories. I got nothing except last year's Kailash photographs. That's all. Otherwise, phone is also empty. This laptop keeps screaming at me every day. Every day, 2 times he will scream. You have not saved the data for last 1,500 days. Tomorrow it will say, tomorrow you have not saved the data for 1,501 days. Then 1,502. Why do I want to save? If it goes, one less thing to worry for me. Tell me, you all, when is the best time where you are at peace with yourself in a day? Sleep, isn't it? Everyone answers sleep. What is the state? Your mind has got no data, there are no memories, there are no thoughts, there are no emotions. In that empty mind, there is no thought of body also. There is no thought of world also. There is no thought of God also. There is no thought of past or future also. Therefore, you are happy. So our scriptures say, our masters say, is there a way that we can recreate that state of sleep without going to sleep? Is it possible? Can we recreate that state of empty mind? And that is what I told you before. Yes, it is possible. So people take drugs for that. I used to drink once upon a time. Not a drunkard, but after work we used to have. Why? Mind becomes chilled. All stresses, because it numbs the brain, numbs the mind. Drugs numb the mind. I don't know how that tastes or smells or feels. See? So they are using artificial means to come to silence. There is a natural way to come to silence, which is in sleep, but you are not available. See? So is there a way that I don't use artificial substances and I empty my mind and I do not go to sleep? Possible?
Doctors take care of it.
That you know, I have not gone there yet. Doctors can take care of it. But when I had a surgery, I did try to catch the moment when the anesthesia is taking me over, and it happened so fast I couldn't catch myself. But when it was coming out, I caught it. When I was coming out of it, everything is just, there are no thoughts in my mind. I'm just seeing, hearing, but nothing is getting registered. That feeling I experienced. But anyway, so is there a way that we can have an empty mind without artificial substances and do not go to sleep? Then that will be the state, that will be the disposition where you have come to who you are originally. It's that simple. Every night in sleep you go back to your original nature, but you don't know it. That is the stupidity. So now we have to just catch it before going to sleep or after waking up. You catch yourself. And that is the purpose for which we are born as a human being. For what? to realize that we are the infinite pure consciousness. We are the truth. But how we are living? I am an individual. This is my space. Don't interfere in my space. Don't intrude my space. I like this person. I don't like that person. Nowadays, dislike to any. I hate that person. Or I hate this. Why all this language? Because we have divided ourselves. We are not going towards the unity. If all the waves, example, if all the waves have to come to, or one wave has to come to realize, oh my God, there are so many waves, I think they are pushing me to death, they are coming to swallow me, they are pushing me towards the shore, they don't like me, they dislike me, that's why they are all ganging up against me. It looks like that sometimes. And in that stress, in that feeling, the wave realizes, but I don't want to die, what do I do, how do I? And suddenly in that moment, what you're saying, that moment of realization, instead of looking again and again, engaging with all the waves who are out to finish this particular wave, it closes his eyes. I don't want to deal with them. I don't want to face them. I don't want to see them. I don't want to hear them. That's the first step. Either that's what the drugs do, that's what the drinks do, that's what the sleep does, that's what depression also does. I'm being very open here. That's what depression also does.
You occasionally get a point of fulfillment, but you can't recapture it.
Correct, you cannot. Correct, you are right. I'll just answer her and I'll go ahead. When you say you recapture only a moment of that happiness, we are still looking at the happiness as an objective experience. We have not accepted that it is our essential nature.
Oh.
That's where the error is. Your conclusion that I am of the nature of happiness per se must include the entire creation and this body, breath, mind, intellect, everything, past, present, future, everything, waking, dream, deep sleep, everything. Everything must be included. Only then it will last. Otherwise, it will keep coming, it will keep breaking. It will give you a glimpse, and you will fall back to your pattern of individuality again and again. Meaning, individuality means what? You fall back into being, I am this mind. I have to destroy this mind to be the total mind. Then that feeling will go away.
So in your bhajan session, you sing lustily and then forget yourself.
Exactly. Or you think of contemplation. Who am I? Contemplation. And you lose yourself. You think of drishya vivek, you lose yourself. I'll come to that towards the end. Right now, step by step. So that moment comes when that wave is not looking at the outside world, closes its eyes, and everyone, I think those who have lived, you are too young, maybe you have gone through, she is too young, but we all have got crisis sometime or the other in our life, isn't it? Sometime or the other. Arjuna went through one crisis. I went through 2 or 3 crises, but every crisis, by God's grace, I had the right angle of approach and I came out even better. So everyone has a crisis, sometime or the other. How do you deal with it? Do you become encumbered by it? That this crisis is too much to handle? That is first chapter of our Bhagavad Gita. Identity crisis. I don't know why I came into this creation. I don't know why my parents brought me into this life. They don't even give me pocket money. They don't allow me to go out. They don't give me the phone. They don't give me, everything is controlled. Is this life? Why don't I grow up quickly? We all felt that way. I used to get only 50 paisa, 50 paise to go to university, 25 paise to come back. In that, I used to not buy the ticket, keep collecting 25, 25, 25, and after maybe 1.5 months, I'll go and watch a movie. That's, and if the bus conductor catches me, I run. He can't catch me. He has to go with the bus. But that frustration, that crisis, what is this? What am I living for? What am I doing all this? And I'm seeing my parents also struggling, surviving. And you question that, is this what I'm going to do after a few years? Once I get a job, then I'll get married, I'll have children, and this is what I'll be doing. Nothing wrong with that, but my thinking was that way. Nothing wrong with that. There are many, many saints, many, many masters who are in family also. In fact, more masters are there in family than sannyasis. See? So, how do I convert that crisis? We have to be available. And sometimes it's God's grace, sometimes it's people say, scriptures say, what? It must be some good deeds we have done in our past life. So the right thought came, and instead of going into depression, we come out of that crisis with flying colors, isn't it? Crisis, exams are coming, it's crisis. We can make small crisis or big crisis, isn't it?
But
So
chewing
that-
over the past,
No.
how can you stop it?
Wait. I'm in a different tangent. We'll come back to that. So that crisis, there's only one way. Now, you ask questions, I have to answer. There's only one way to stop chewing on the past. Think of the truth. Be the truth. Because if I have to remove the past from my mind, doership is coming up, Amma. Give up the doership. Accept that memories which are coming from the past, they are also nothing but pure consciousness. Whether it is a tsunami or whether it is a gentle wave, whether it is a whirlpool, everything is water. Whether it is a golden chain or a golden necklace, everything is gold. So whether it is a thought of the past or thought of the future, it's a good thought, ugly thought, beautiful thought, godly thought, everything is pure consciousness. Or one step lower, everything is, I'm watching everything. And that's the way. If you keep thinking of the thoughts of the past, there is no escape from them.
No, sometimes something triggers it.
It's triggering in the mind. You are not the mind. You are not the mind. Either you accept, if you say I am the mind, then you accept that you are all the minds. And if you say I am not the mind, then everything is, you have to accept that you are the spirit. Otherwise you will go into depression. Or you will go to sleep. Or you will go into coma. See? So again, when that wave has withdrawn from, oh my God, this is too much, this world of waves is too much, I cannot handle it, please save me, guide me, help me, and it closes its eyes. And when it closes its eyes, it finds that it is nothing but, what is it essentially? Water. When the wave closes its eyes, doesn't look at the outside waves, doesn't look at its own shape also, what does it find? That it is water. And what is water's conclusion? if it can speak, that I am supporting, I am the material that has gone into all the waves, isn't it? I am not controlled by any wave. I am much more than all the waves put together. This is the experience of realized masters. This is the experience of the saints and sages. See? So we have to make the choices. So that first, out of thousands of human, what you call, yonis, out of thousands of wombs, you got the human womb. From so many wombs, you got the wombs were how many? You have a whale womb, you have got an elephant womb, you got animal womb, so many animals, but you got a human womb, you got a human body. They are all living at their instinctual levels, but you are making choices. This education system doesn't teach us. That is the problem. The Gurukul system used to teach this. And what is that what is that to be taught? What is the purpose of your life? The purpose of life is to realize that you are the infinite spirit. That is the purpose of life. Because nothing in this life you can catch and take with you. And as long as you make the attempt to catch the spirit, you will not be able to catch it. As long as you try to catch the spirit that you are, you will not be able to catch it. But we have to make the attempt. While making the attempt, we be it. We be it. Then we realize that it is already there. I didn't have to do any effort, put any efforts. That now Amma's question, that we have to put efforts. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. That is for whom it is told. It is told for the individual. You have to put efforts as long as you think you are this body. But the moment you come to the spirit, the moment wave realizes that it is the water, all efforts stop, because suddenly it becomes infinite waters. Before it was looking only what is my essence, but the moment it came to the essence, water by nature is infinite. Similarly, the spirit by nature is infinite. It is not one per person. You think mind is one per person. No. Is space one per house? No. So you can see that one space, people have divided put some imaginary boundaries and called it continents. Then they have put imaginary boundaries and called it countries. Then they have put imaginary boundaries and called it states, councils. Then you come down further. Then they have put imaginary boundaries, not imaginary, concrete boundaries, and they have called it houses. Inside the house also, they have put walls and they said this is dining space, this is living space, that is bedroom space, that is toilet space, this is temple space. But by giving so many names, has the space got divided? Has the space got divided? No. So if I break this wall of this house, does the way space in this house slowly go and merge back into the total space? Does it? No. How can it go? That idea comes from movies. That some Ravana dies and the soul comes out as light, and gets merged into Ram. So when you break this house, will the space come? Oh, where do I go? Where do I go? Where is my total space? Where is total space? I can't see. Space has no colors, no form. Where do I go? I am room space. This is our problem also. That space having the memory of the room. So we Who is individual? Who is believing that he is this body. And if he dies thinking that he is the body, then he will, oh, I need another accommodation. Rebirth. But while in this life, if you come to realize that space by nature or consciousness or spirit by nature is infinite, and that is what my true being is, then there is nowhere to come, nowhere to go. You are free. And that's what you are looking for in life, no? Freedom. First you think getting married is freedom, then you think divorce is freedom, then you think if I eat food, I will be free from hunger. But 5 hours later, again you feel hungry. It's an incessant process. As long as you try, again I come back, as long as you try to fill yourself up with the outside, with any object, with any memory, with any relation, with any thought, you can never be complete. But sir, Swamiji, yes, that what you are saying is correct, but I cannot stop thinking. Right? True. Then think such thoughts which lead or conclude in zero thought. For example, simple example, it's a thought. You heard something, isn't it? Any conclusion? Any conclusion? No. But if I say pizza, immediately the melting cheese and the coming out of the oven, the whole picture goes through in front of your eyes. See, if I say Mataji, immediately the picture comes. This is conclusion. If I say a table, this is the conclusion. This, or if I just keep my eyes closed and someone says table, some table will come as a conclusion in my mind. But when I say some spirit, what conclusion comes? Ghost? No. When you say consciousness, what conclusion comes? When I say the word infinite, does any conclusion come in your mind? But you understand that it is something which is seamless, which has no beginning and which has got no end. But there is no conclusion. And these conclusionless words are the names of the spirit that you actually are. Nitya, Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta, Swarupa, Satchidananda Swarupa. All these words, Nitya, you are eternal. Word is eternal, you are hearing it, but no conclusion. Unborn, no conclusion. Deathless, no conclusion. Ever pure, no conclusion. Ever free, no conclusion. See. So, our scriptures, our masters, they keep telling us, you have a choice what to think. Choose to think such thoughts. Either you think of thoughts which take you to God, that is okay, or you think of such thoughts which lead to no conclusion, but they are positive. Because no thought can be, which do not, emptiness is also no conclusion. Isn't it? Nothingness is also no conclusion. Absence is also no conclusion. We don't want to go in that direction. And if those thoughts are coming in your mind involuntarily, then you must be smart enough, and you are all smart, that someone knows that there is nothing. Be attentive of that person. Someone knows there is absence of everything. Be attentive of that person. Someone knows after waking up that he or she had a wonderful sleep. Who is that person? It cannot be this person in the waking. You cannot enter into dream or deep sleep. You cannot enter. A waker cannot enter into dream and deep sleep. And so also the other cases. Then who is this fellow who said, I had a wonderful sleep? Who is this fellow who says that from childhood to today, I have gone through waking experience, I have gone through dream experience, I have gone through deep sleep experience. You go through that every day, isn't it? Who is that person? He has to be other than the waker, dreamer and sleeper. And that person cannot be other than you. So you are the waker, you are the dreamer, you are the sleeper. And the one who knows these three coming and going every day is also you. See how wonderful it is when you think systematically. Be that one. Be that witness. Be that observer. Don't just observe the world, observe the complete world. What is your world? You think only waking world is your world. No. Your 24 hours, the world that you experience is waking world plus dream world plus absence of the two. That is deep sleep. So these three worlds, that makes your one day, and you are living only 1/3 of the day. That's selling yourself short. See? So do justice. And you will do justice only when you have had enough of this world, when you have assessed it properly, when you have come to this conclusion that there are no answers in this world for me. I'm just in a cyclical eat and evacuate, eat and evacuate. Wake up and dream and sleep. Wake up and dream and sleep. Every day I'm going through that. Involuntarily I'm going through these three states. And am I going to die involuntarily one day? No, I must take charge. I must get out of this cycle. I don't want to live a cyclical life. Enough. And the moment you say enough, help comes. The right thoughts come. Then Swami comes. Then satsang comes. Then pilgrimage, something or the other will come to prompt you to the proper direction. And that's the beauty. The moment you withdraw from the world and don't imagine in your mind, answer comes. Answer doesn't come from, it may come from outside, it may come from inside.
Outside forces impinge on you,
If you believe,
uncalled for.
Yeah, they have.
You want to be very calm and quiet and all
do
that.
the outside forces impinge upon you when you are in deep sleep? Does your disease, does your pain affect you, influence you when you are deep in sleep?
That robs you of your sleep also.
For some time, but when you are sleeping, I am talking about. Even if it is for 5 minutes continuous sleep, are you aware of your disease? Are you aware of your pain? Are you aware of your hunger? Because you are not aware of your body also in sleep. So, when you are talking about that outside forces affect us, we have given importance to the outside forces more than importance to the spirit.
So the problem is how to stop that.
Think. All you have to do is repeat. All you have to do is have the bhav.
So by japa,
So very, very easily you put one mala around your husband, nothing happened, only one varmala was exchanged and one ring was exchanged. And you started, how did you accept that you were a wife? Was there any object? It was an internal transformation in your mind because of acceptance, isn't it? That he is my husband.
but society creates a bond.
If you keep blaming the society, then that is not the one for spiritual journey. You keep complaining of the society, then ask the society. If you are on a spiritual journey, if you want freedom, if you want to realize that you want to be free of this cycle of cyclical life, then what society says, "Thu, spit it out." No place for the society in our mind. In deep sleep, when you go to sleep every night, the mind spits out, vomits out everything. And whatever is little bit is left, that also it vomits out in the dream. Then it goes to deep sleep. It is naturally happening. Accept it. How long are we going to justify that the world is like this and the world is like that? That means when we are talking about the world, we are not accepting that we are the spirit. We are not accepting that we are the infinite one. We are not accepting that we are the foundation of the whole rigmarole that we have created in our life, called creation. We are not accepting that out of me alone, this waking dream and deep sleep are happening there. I am supporting it, but I am other than it. So our attention has to go to the source rather than blame that the society is doing this, that the people are doing this, that the family is doing this. There's no end to it. There's no end to it. So in this manner, your journey from being an individual, I can explain in many different ways. Amma said, explain to these fellows. Hope you understood. Hope you are... Huh?
We must be connected to God. That is how. We must be connected.
Yes.
That connection must be
Yes.
very strong and.
It happens. That's what I said.
it-
See,
it
example.
happens.
See, Amma, example. When you got married, what did you hear what I told her just now?
Yes, I know that.
So you accepted that you are a wife in your mind.
Yes,
And you continued to develop emotions
Yes,
and reasons.
That's all right.
Same way with the divine also.
Yes, that must be guided and they must follow that path. Wherever they go, they must be connected to that.
It will happen. It will happen. It happened in your life. It is happening in. They have got their grandmother as you, who has made them sit here. So it is happening,
No,
and the virus is entering.
huh?
What is that?
But that's our Mataji say.
Silence.
Somehow or other we must
Mother
create
is
that
keeping
habit.
quiet, very quiet.
Huh?
No comment, nothing.
Swami is speaking.
Yes,
We have to listen to
but
something.
how to do this connection happens.
If you want an exercise,
Yes, something. How to connect to God? They must know.
Yes, to create faith.
faith cannot be created. I'm sorry. Faith is the foundation. You did not say, first I must have faith, then I'll accept my husband.
No,
You
no,
did
the
not
thing
say, I
is-
must have faith, then I'll accept I'm a woman or a man.
In childhood, you bring the child, you take him to the Kovil or you go to the
Immaterial.
Bhajan center, all that.
I can
You know,
come
all
to
of a
India
sudden,
with me right
you know,
now.
When he is a teenager, he starts questioning you.
Amma, you come with me to India right now, I can show you a 5-year-old girl who knows the entire Ramayanam. 5-year-old. The father, she just went to one ashram, one lecture, and she heard, and father brought her back, and she's just 4-year-old. She said, Daddy, sit down. I want to be the speaker. And she repeated the 20-25 minutes of lecture in Hindi, complete, verbatim. Then father said, oh wow. And he brought the Tulsi Ramayana. He read one page. She repeated. 4-year-old. He read another page. Again she repeated. He read the meaning of the verses in the Ramayana. She repeated. Today she is not 5 years. Now she is 9 or 10-year-old. And she gives pravachan. She gives pravachan. Knows the entire Ramayana.
That is grace.
No,
God's
see-
grace.
So you mean to say you don't have grace, they don't have grace, he doesn't have grace. Everything is grace. Another name for grace is spirit. Another name for grace is God. Another name for grace is pure consciousness. Don't separate them. Another name for grace is unconditional love. Don't separate these things. All of them mean the same thing. Just like mother, daughter, sister, wife, all mean the same woman. All these Nitya, Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta, all these names are different, but it all means the same. Think about it a little bit. Otherwise we become, we read, but it's only words, but it's all the same. Now I'll just answer Amma's question and then I'll finish. One exercise by way of which you can connect, and as you connect, it takes you deeper and deeper and deeper. And what is that exercise? Just like a small child, when he learns to walk, he falls down many times, but we never complain that he has fallen. He stands up and he eventually starts running. Then he starts eating with the spoon goes into the nose, goes into the hair, goes here, there, but eventually he perfects it, isn't it? Same way, the exercise that one can practice in life is taking the name of the Lord. Now you will say, Lord, why I don't believe in Lord? Take the name of a table, who cares? My grandfather taught, when I went to work in Middle East, I said, Anna, tell me what is yoga? He said, put a dot on a wall and keep looking at it without blinking and yoga will start. Or take a flame, put it at 21 degree and above your eyes and keep looking at it without blinking. Let the tears come, but no headache should come. Yoga will begin. And I did. That was the first exercise. You try? We don't want to try. We want to read books. No answer. You have to practice. You cannot read a recipe and fill your tummy. You have to eat food, isn't it? So similarly, this is a very, very gross exercise. You can have a photographic memory as a student. You can have photographic memory if you do this exercise. What I just told you. How many days? 3 days. I got photographic memory within one night because next day exam and no lights. So I had to study in candle and I was sleeping and I looked at the flame and I kept looking, I have to keep awake. And the moment I felt awake in my mind, immediately I will read. And after 2-3 hours, I said, I had spent so much time because my grandfather told me, let me see if I remember anything. And I started writing down and I put my eyes up, page number, line number, paragraph, title. The whole book was transferred to my mind. I discovered it. I heard about it, but I had discovered it in that exercise. Another exercise is taking the name of the Lord. Initially it sounds difficult. You take Ram, or just Om, you chant Om. It sounds difficult. And too many thoughts will come, they will disturb you, they will distract you, they will hijack your mind. But you stick with it. You stick with it. With every breath you chanting Om. With every breath you are chanting Om. And you watch it after 30 days, 31 days. 4 to 6 weeks it takes. Immediately there will be a sudden transformation. Just like from waking you go to sleep, suddenly you will see there is a transformation from a busy mind to calm mind. Wow, then that becomes addiction. I want to get there again. And I want to, again you lose it. Keep chanting the name with discipline, with dedication, with feeling for the Lord. And slowly, then there is a whole science about it. How you chant it not in your mind. You must chant the mantra with your mouth. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. No chanting in the mind. It must be chanted loudly by mouth. If other people are there and they are getting disturbed, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. You should be able to hear your own voice. This is the story, the journey that I have told you now of you going back to your original nature is the story of Parvati going back to Shiva. Is the story of every disciple discovering the Guru within him. See, there was one person, two people, one Pandit. Pandit, you understand? Wise person. Not wise, educated person. He was meditating. And he was meditating under a peepal tree, a banyan tree. And he was sitting there meditating and just out of focus, concentration, wherever, if suppose I am able to chant Om, 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 and no thought is coming and disturbing me for half an hour, I have developed a focus for half an hour. If I put that focused mind on any job, it will be successful. So, this fellow, food, wealth, everything was happening in his house. The neighbor said, how do you get it? He says, I meditate. He says, can I also? He says, of course, you are free. You can also meditate. Can I sit next to you? Yeah, you can sit next to me. What do you meditate on? He said, Om Namo Narayana. So I can also chant that. Yeah, you can also chant that. He also chanted that. He also started, as his mind became focused, the trick to become creative and be successful in life is be focused. So he started becoming focused, and you can't be chanting 24 hours. So whenever rest of the time was there, with that focused mind, whatever he did well. Wealth came, food came, everything came. And one day, Narad Muni came by. Narayan, he is the messenger of his. He says, oh Narayana, oh, you are coming from Vaikuntha, from Narayan's place? He says, yes, I am coming from there. Can you, the first one, he says, can you please send a message to ask next time you go to Vaikuntha, please, when will I get realized, when I will become one with Narayana? Acha, meditator number one. What about you, meditator number two? He said, ditto. Whatever he said, I also want. He's a copycat. Yeah, I also want that. So Narad Muni went. After many years, he came back. Both were very happy. Oh, Narad Muni has come, we will get our answer. And the first one, naturally, the first one always, the first meditator, the original one, he says, what did Narayana say? He also, when he said, that is the question we have to, what did Narayana say? Second one asked. He says, Narayana said to both of you, as many leaves are there on this banyan tree, that many lives you have to live. After that, there will be liberation or God realization. The second fellow, who was the copycat, he said, I have to waste so many lives, I can't enjoy anymore. That he got up from there and he says, I got whatever I got, I will enjoy. I don't want to. I am doing meditation and my family is enjoying. I am not enjoying anything. And I have to do this for that many number of lives. Went back, went into his room. The first one, the original meditator, he said, what? Narayana said that many number. The tree has only finite number of leaves. So even if it is say 1.2 million, so there is a definite number. That Bhagwan Narayana has given a definite number, and after that I am going to be liberated. He became ecstatic. And in his ecstasy, he remembered Lord Narayana with such intensity that Lord Narayana, what is the word? Forgo. He pardoned all the future lives and took him to Vaikuntha straight away. See? Focus, 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 focus. Build up your stamina of focus and choose the right thoughts. Best is God thought, Om thought. But focus is the key. Nothing else. Everything else is okay. Build that stamina within you. God is with you. All the best. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Just sit quietly for a moment. Hari Om. So for the kids, I gave